A total eclipse of the sun.
Look how dark it is, how quiet it is.
Now just 2.5 hours away. North Texas about to be plunged into complete darkness.
I'm very excited. I can't wait.
Folks traveling here from all over the country and the world.
We are expecting up to 200,000 people in our community.
As we keep an eye on the roads.
Traffic is going to be the biggest challenge.
And the weather as WFAA Midday starts now. Today, a moment we won't experience again for decades, but the weather not quite cooperating as we take a live look at the crowds gathering at the Perot Museum here in Dallas on your left, and then we've got Clyde Warren Park on your right. The day, it is finally here, the moment of totality, just 2 hours, 42 minutes away. We've got a special edition of Midday here for you. I'm alongside meteorologist Greg Fields. I know a lot of you are counting on him.
I'm just the messenger. I'm only the messenger. Yeah. So
people forget.
Yes.
And we also have Stacia Wilson here, really keeping an eye on the roads as well, because we are expecting a lot of traffic as well. Now we've got crews across the area. Check this out here. Chris Sadeghi is live at the Cotton Bowl at Fair Park for Dallas's big Eclipse watch party. Sean Giggy and meteorologist Maria Ruiz there at the Perot Museum. WFAA is actually the only local station there as we provide live streaming coverage of the Perot's great North American eclipse event. But we do start with meteorologist Greg Fields. Not only your eclipse forecast, but the chance for those severe storms tonight. And it looks cloudy out there here in Dallas, Greg.
Yeah, unfortunately, those low clouds have rolled in and they're still hanging around. We still have some time to go, though, before we get into the early afternoon. And we hopefully will see these low clouds thinning out. But yes, kind of gray overcast looking at downtown Dallas right now. So that's not a good thing. We knew we would have the higher clouds. We were hoping the low clouds didn't roll in, but they have. And we'll see how long they stick around. Now, it does look a lot better as you get up to Denton. So those low clouds rolling in from the south. So they're hanging out around I-20, pushing up into Dallas and Fort Worth. But a little farther north, getting into the northern suburbs, you can see it's a lot brighter there in Denton. So as far as the forecast is concerned for some viewing here, it looks a lot not as optimistic as we had a little bit earlier. You can see a lot of red showing up now. So the visibility, the chances for the partly sunny skies or better are on the low side right now. We may see a few breaks as we head up toward Denton, though. You see a little bit better there. So we'll have a medium chance for some decent viewing as you head a little farther north out towards South Lake and Louisville here, getting up into Denton and Wise counties. So a little bit better there once you get up north of Dallas and Fort Worth. So we'll still go with partly to mostly cloudy skies as we head into the early afternoon. We'll be looking at some mid-70s with those temperatures. Now, after 3 o'clock, though, that's when we do expect those thunderstorms to fire up well after the eclipse. As we look at the day planner, those are strong and severe thunderstorms really ramping up. Only about a 20 to 30% coverage as we head towards 6 p.m. But notice that as we head toward 9 o'clock tonight, toward midnight, widespread rain and thunderstorms, and some of these could likely be severe as well. So we'll talk more about that in detail coming up in just a bit. But traffic going to be a big problem out there today with all the folks trying to check out the eclipse. Let's go over to station, checking on that.
Yes, it's going to be one of those crazy days on the roads. But right now you can see traffic relatively light across the Metroplex. Just checking out this area of downtown for you along 345. You know, we had a pretty decent backup here at the northbound lanes at Ross because of a stalled vehicle, but you can see things are nice and clear right now. We do have just a little bit of, I would say just road work. It came up as a stalled vehicle 75 southbound at Forest Lane. That doesn't seem to be really slowing things down either. You can see your map is nice and green, and the other big backup we were watching along 635 that was closed at 30 because of an accident, that's open. You still have some active construction there. Definitely going to keep an eye on those roadways for you as we move throughout the day, but you need to know that there will be rolling road closures into downtown Dallas from 1 to 2 o'clock this afternoon as a result of the eclipse. So this means major exits off highways into downtown like I-35E, I-30, 366, which is Woodall-Rogers, and Central Expressway will close at that time. However, exits out of downtown will remain open. We're definitely going to be keeping an eye on things for you and keep you updated all afternoon. Cleo?
All right, Stacia, thank you. Right now, here's a live look at NASA's feed here. The partial eclipse has started over the South Pacific. Now, we are counting down to the moment of totality, right? Expected at about 1:40 to 1:44 our time here in North Texas. The path of totality crosses across 13 states here in the U.S., stretching stretching from the border with Mexico across Texas and then the northeast to Maine. If you can, take a closer look at Texas here. Dallas is the largest metro area in the country in the path of totality. Austin and the Texas Hill Country also in that path. Now, the Perot Museum of Nature and Science is hosting its Great North American Eclipse event right now, and WFAA's Sean Gigi, meteorologist Maria Ruiz are there. Sean, what's going on there? I can hear the music playing.
You can hear the music, guys. Marielle.
Sean, this way. The camera's this way. Take your glasses off. There you go.
Did you know you can't see through these things?
That is correct.
Did you know that?
Yeah. So if you have solar eclipse glasses, you should only be able to see what?
You should only be able to see the sun, and hopefully you guys knew that by now.
Yeah.
So it is not safe to look at the eclipse without these. You have to make sure you have a pair of legitimate solar eclipse glasses.
Right, and you can tell that they are legit because they have a number on the inside. It's an ISO number, and that's how you know that they're legit.
Gotcha. And I know the one thing that amazes me is that you should be looking at the eclipse most of the time with this, but during those 3 to 4 minutes of totality, you can take the glasses off and view it, but you have to make sure you get these back on before totality ends, or else you're going to damage your eyeballs. So be careful if you do that, but there is a moment where you can look at it with your naked eye, but only a small window.
Only during totality, and totality is going to vary across all of North Texas. Here in downtown Dallas, it's 3 minutes and 51 seconds. In areas of Tarrant County, it can be as little as 2 minutes. So it's super important that you're very cautious during totality if you do take off those solar eclipse glasses. But we're out here having fun at the Perot, Sean.
Yeah, and I know it doesn't look like it behind us right now because the gates are over that way. There's food trucks and stuff over there. But there are already, I'd say probably at least a couple thousand people here already. There are expected to be 7,000 here. This event is sold out and I've already talked to people from San Francisco, from Washington, D.C., Wichita, Kansas. People are coming from all over the country to Dallas, not just for the eclipse, but Dallas has a lot to offer. But I mean, that's how big this event is. People are coming from all over the place.
All over the world, and it has to do with just the length of time that we happen to be in totality. It's one of the longest along this path. I mean, there are some parts in Texas that get close to 4 minutes and 24, 26 seconds of darkness. So just really impressive. That's close to 2 minutes longer than the last eclipse in 2017.
And I know, Mario, I'm going to ask you a question. And I know you probably feel like a meteorological genie right now because everybody just keeps asking you this question and wishing, like, Marielle, can you make the clouds go away? Are the clouds going to go away? I know the sun has peaked out a couple times. Are our chances looking all right? I know we'll have more about that, but
yeah, and Greg was talking about that. So we'll likely see those high clouds, but I am seeing a little bit of break in the cloud cover. I know it's hard to tell from the station, but it all has to do with our temperature climbing. Temperature climbing generally helps to break up some of that low cloud cover. So I'm really thinking that that'll continue to happen over the next couple of hours. I'm still optimistic, especially for areas north of Interstate 20.
And I'm getting optimistic because we have, like I said, we have seen the sun peek through a few times already. Those clouds are kind of making a break. You know what else is cool to me is that I don't know how much we'll be able to see with the naked eye. We have to cross our fingers, but I know the sun goes through periods of like less activity and it's more active. The sun is very active right now. Right. And when it's in totality, we might be able to see some of that action coming off, some of the movement of the sun. I'm excited if we can see it to see that.
Right, we have to see the low cloud cover break apart, but I think even with the high thin cloud cover, we should be able to see at least the sun's corona, so that'll be really cool. And if you can't get out and watch the eclipse, we have special coverage on WFAA Plus from noon until 2 this afternoon, along me and Cynthia here at WFAA. You'll be out here in the crowd
I'll be roaming
too.
Around with the people.
Yes, so super excited to see that. And that'll be in 1 hour, less than an hour now.
Yeah, and if you don't watch our special on WFAA Plus, you're not going to be able to watch it again for almost 300 years.
Yeah, that's
because
next time.
A total solar eclipse is not going to come over North Texas until 2317. So this is your time to watch us and then get out, put the glasses on, and watch the eclipse.
Chances now. We'll send it back in time to you.
All right, Marielle, Sean, I am so excited about this, and you are really building up the excitement as well. Now, there are eclipse watch parties just about everywhere you turn, all across North Texas. We found this one, the historical photography event at Mesquite's Opal Lawrence Historical Park. They're actually calling it the Solar Eclipse Rodeo. Another big event well underway at the Cotton Bowl at Dallas's Fair Park, where we find our Chris Sadeghi in the middle of it all. Chris, you've actually been out there since about, what, 3:30 this morning?
Yeah, Cleo, we came to the Cotton Bowl. We got out here probably around 8 o'clock or so. We have been keeping an eye on the sun. It pokes its head out every now and then. You know, one of the most historic event venues in the path of totality is the Cotton Bowl. So why not use it to view this eclipse? I mean, it makes sense, right? And if you look right now, you will see the speakers are up on stage from NASA, NOAA, astronauts, scientists. They're all up there explaining what's going to happen, really hyping up the crowd that's shown up here already to the Cotton Bowl as they get ready to take in the history through their eclipse glasses. And a lot of the people here, as you can see, school children. DISD knows this is the perfect science field trip, and I talked to the organizer of the event. They started planning it about 3 years ago, and the target really was these young children. They hope to inspire them as they could continue to further our research and understanding of space.
Hopefully it creates a lifelong memory that they take with them. So that was my goal, was to bring that to them so that they can inspire them to get into the science field and consider this as a possible career.
And she told me that she's visited 18 DISD schools in just the past few days to get them excited about science and STEM. Hopefully we have some future astronauts in that crowd over there, Cleo.
People getting set up and ready for the big moment here. Chris, thank you so much. Another place that expects a crowd today is Ennis, about 40 miles south of Dallas. This is a live picture from their watch party. Now, we spoke to a few people who made the trip from Germany to Ennis. They told us that seeing the eclipse is well worth the time and the money that it took to get there. We'll go to Ennis for a live report in our next half hour here. A reminder, if you're watching the eclipse from home today, we hope that you join us for our special eclipse coverage, our 2-hour special. It starts on WFAA Plus at noon, and then at 1:30 this afternoon, we're going to be carrying the eclipse live right here on WFAA.